Hello everyone, this is Rich from the Aeronomic Bird Channel. On June 6th, 2025, just this past Friday, all 5 of the Bluebird chicks from our live stream fledged. And it happened so quickly that even some of the people who'd been tuning in every day missed the whole thing, myself included. There was only 45 minutes between the first and last chicks fledging, so I thought I'd upload an edited version for everyone to check out. And then I decided to do a whole history of the brood's entire development from the nest forward, so let me show you that. The female started building the nest the second week of April, and then she paused for about a week. I think it's because it was cold and rainy. She was probably waiting for the weather just to be more agreeable for having eggs and chicks. But she eventually did start back up, and by April 28th, she was putting the finishing touches on the nest, which is the clip you've been watching here. On May 2nd, she laid her first egg, and then she continued laying one each day until May 5th, for a total of 4. That night, she started incubating them, and I assumed that was a sign that she wasn't going to be laying anymore. But the following morning, at 10:21, she laid a 5th one. And here's the clip of that happening. And then about 15 minutes later, we got our first look at the entire clutch. Fast forward 12 days later, just before 2 p.m. on May 18th, the first egg hatched. A few minutes later, she started removing the eggshell. Sometimes she'll just drop them somewhere away from the box to avoid having the smell attract predators. And sometimes she'll eat the shells to reclaim the calcium that her body used to make the eggs. And it wasn't until 6 a.m. the following morning that the next 3 eggs hatched. And not until almost 6 p.m. that evening that the 5th egg finally showed signs of life. And about 20 minutes after that, we got our first clear look at all 5 hatchlings together. Now here comes the crazy part. A mere 17 and a half days later, they go from these defenseless little things that can't even open their eyes, they're not even as big as the last knuckle on your pinky finger, to boom! These hypermaniacs who are about to take flight. The first one fledged Friday morning at 8:47 and 34 seconds, which you'll see in about 10 seconds. The second chick fledged at 8:53 and 14 seconds with a little nudge from one of its siblings. third chick fledged all by itself at 8:58 and 9 seconds. The fourth one fledged at 9:14 and 27 seconds with some unintentional encouragement from its only remaining roommate. Then, after about 18 minutes of calling out to its family, the last one fledged at 9:32 and 36 seconds. I've gotten a few questions about whether or not the chicks would ever return to the box, and if I ever saw any of them in the area afterwards. I've never seen any return to the, to like actually go inside the box, and my understanding is that that's a very rare thing to have happen. And I've seen many fledglings around the golf course, but I'm not sure that I've ever seen any of the ones from our live stream after the fact, at least not until now. I went out the next day, Saturday afternoon, and I happened to see some of them flying around in the clearing around their box. And that's what this clip is here. You can see two of them circling the area, presumably sharpening their flying and insect catching skills. And I'm pretty sure they're having a whole lot of fun too. For those of you who would like to see the entire thing uninterrupted, I will, in the next day or two, I will get the unedited fledging video. It'll be about 45 minutes long, and you can watch that as it happens, no editing, and without hearing me drone on while you're trying to watch. But thanks for checking in, and I'll see you next time.